Daily Devotionals for September 24th. Today's scripture reading will be Psalm 78, verses 40 through 42. How often they provoked him in the wilderness and grieved him in the desert. Yes, again and again they tempted God and limited the Holy One of Israel. They did not remember his power, the day when he redeemed them from the enemy. Now, this is part of the account of the children of Israel in the wilderness and their wilderness journey. And this whole chapter, you just need to read the whole thing. It's so awesome because really telling of God's power and how he worked in their lives, and yet they continued to disobey him. And this is, they provoked him. So in the wilderness, we all have a wilderness journey, don't we? Sometimes we're on top of the mountain and sometimes we're in that low place, but they really lacked honor and respect, and they did not obey him. And that's how they grieved him. They did not obey him. When he speaks to us, he wants us to hear him and obey him. And said, again and again, they tempted God and limited the Holy One of Israel. Same thing today. There's so much that God did for them, and he would have done more, but they continued to gripe and complain about everything. And so they really limited God's power, what he could do for them. Think about this. They saw, the Red Sea, split, and they walked through on dry land while the enemy was destroyed, but they still griped and complained. Think about, there's marvelous things that the Lord has done in our life, and do we quickly forget that and begin to murmur and complain like they did? And therefore the Lord's limited in what he can do for us. They did not remember his power, so therefore, when we need to always keep in remembrance the wonderful things the Lord has done and is doing for us. We will be tempted, of course, but what do we do in that wilderness? And when we're tempted, do we agree with the enemy? Do we just have a pity party for ourselves and agree with what the enemy is trying to tempt us with? Or do we seek his face, seek the face of the Lord and say, I'm going to follow you, whatever you ask me to do, I'm going to do, instead of being rebellious? Because that's what I made some notes here. They provoked him, they were rebellious, and they were not obedient. They just grumbled and complained. And the blame shift, I'll blame everything on Moses, So, it's a good example of what they did and what we can follow, not fall into the same trap that they did. Okay? All right, great. Till next time, be blessed.